All right, here we are. Another day around the campfire, trash fire, I should say. Very late episode, but your host Mathias saw him with the boy.
John.
Well, life be crazy, huh?
Life be crazy. But we are here.
We are here. We are we are like just 3 days late, but it's coming out,
Yes.
and there's a not much, but there's also a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Going
Yes,
from
yes,
the
yes.
model news, which is big, and funny enough, on the competitive side of 40K. But let's just jump into it. Let's get through all these this little news, shall we? So first up, we got our coin and model of the month. It's Hormigaunt and the Tyrannid coin. I mean, not much to really say here, you know.
Yeah, it's Tyranids are coming out, so makes sense that they're getting their coin.
Well, at least they didn't do like Black Legion symbol. I mean, I know there's already a Black Legion coin out there, but sometimes they do some weird things that don't really correspond with their upcoming releases. But there you go. That's the quickie news right there. Another quickie news. We got the new model Monday. Usually we save this to the end, but
Blood
Blood
Bowl.
Bowl, so I don't
Name.
really care.
Not even a cool Blood Bowl model.
Is it because you guys are human? Is this why this team is like so uninteresting?
Probably just generic. It's not even. I mean, yeah, they're Vikings, but it's not like we don't have Vikings in 40K. Like the Empire team, I could talk about that because it's fancy Empire, which we haven't seen in a while. The not the Reichland Reavers, but the fancy Empire guys from the new edition of Blood Bowl.
Right.
But these these Norse guys just kind of we have Wars of Chaos. We got Space Wolves. Nothing really new there in a sense. So
Well, to me it's just football, and it's boring to me. So again, get this out of the way. Don't really care because it's Blood Bowl, but new model. Moving on. Sunday preview. Tyranids, they coming.
they come in.
I predicted they were going to be end of April. I mean, not April. February, March. Sorry, and I guess I was wrong. Guess they're the start of April. So here we are.
And it's pretty late.
But yep, we got the book finally coming out. We got Parasite finally coming out. Everything that's been teased. Well, is teased even the right word since the book got leaked like 3 weeks ago?
I mean, leaks are. It's interesting because leaks. The number of people who see the leaks are in the very much in the minority. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, what's the point of these preview articles? The codex is leaked." Well, most people, like even in 30K, we're going to talk about the 30K leaks later. Most people aren't aware of any leaks at all for Horus Heresy or the Tyranids. A lot of people are still surprised, like, "Oh, this is about the guns are going to do." And to be fair, too, the leaks are unconfirmed until an official source says they're confirmed. And as far as we know, these preview articles are the ones confirming the leaks.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I feel you though because I've read the leaks and there's not really much excitement. So I mean, I'm gonna get the Codex. I have a Tyranid army. They're my first faction.
Wait, you still have your Tyranid army?
I do.
Oh, okay. I thought you sold it.
Nope, still have them.
All right, then. Well, anyways, they are on the way, or you can look online and find them. But they're on their way for pre-order now. And got their combat patrol, which I said was okay. You said was meh. It's just a lot of gaunts.
Yeah, a lot of Gaunts. Wish there was former Gaunts in there, but hold on.
You got that. You got the dice, which don't look any special, and the data cards, which is whatever. If you need it, grab it. Classic Space Marine Captains, rotating out. I don't really care for these because these all look really ugly to me. I don't know how you feel about this range rotating out.
Eh. They're so old. They're so old. Not even charming. They're just bad, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll look at the Ultramarine in the top left, and then I'll look at the. I assume that's a Blood Angel in the middle, in the bottom row. It just looks so bad.
Yeah.
So I am, not surprised that this is leaving, and in my opinion, not really a great loss.
Yeah. Not a problem with me.
Yeah, because we got so much better sculpts now. Though, sometimes I wish they could be a little bit more creative instead of standing on a rock, but it's whatever. A little bit more dynamic and not squatted. Moving on from there, we got the what is this? The Endless Spellbook, right?
A
And the
season of
terrain.
war. And yeah, the terrain. More
Yeah, well,
in all
we
honesty.
weren't really, excited for this anyways, especially when they announced it in the Adepticon thing.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see it came out already.
Yeah, it's pretty soon actually. I guess I just want to get it out there, especially because it's the new season for AOS. So this will affect the competitive scene because this is essentially the grand tournament pack for AOS.
And they probably just wanted to get something out for AOS, really.
Yeah, that too.
Alright, we got Middle Earth. Got the Fellowship of the Ring. I have this. In my if you recall that story about me getting the wrong package from GW.
Oh yeah.
Apparently there was an order of this in there, and GW still hasn't sent me a return label to send it back to
Oh,
their offices. So I think they want me to keep it.
I guess you're just keeping it. Just makes just cheaper for you to keep it.
Yeah, but made to order if you want the Fellowship of the Ring here. Get the good old Balrog and Gandalf the Grey, and some eagles, and Saruman. Oh, which fight was this? This was Two Towers, right?
This
No,
was no
this was the
Fellowship.
first one, Fellowship. Get that. Get the ring wraiths, the nameless ones. Yeah, this is all from the first movie. All Fellowship stuff. Cool models.
Cool models.
Just need to get a little HD on them.
Yeah.
Got that. Got White Dwarf. What was in here? Exclusive Warcry campaign. I remember that. That's nice. I wish they would do like a little PDF of it, but they gotta sell their magazine somehow. And that's pretty much it, unless you care about the balloon dwarves.
Nothing crazy in that White Dwarf. No, no kill team stuff. Warcry is interesting. I wonder what that's gonna be. Maybe it's a Caradron thing. So, yeah.
I guess we'll find out. Black Library. We got Inferno. I don't remember what this is. What just an old Warhammer story. That's what it looks like to me. Titanicus coming to audio. Same with Lords of Mars. And I mean, this week is already, since we're recording this on Thursday, we're already past this, but we got the third episode of Exodite finally.
I think I'll watch that today. Just to it's finally out.
Is it over? Or is
Yeah,
it?
it's all final episode. It's 3 episodes.
Okay, interesting. Well, I'll probably check it out now as well since I know someone with an account. But yeah, that is it. Obviously, no big events coming up either. So overall, it's okay. It's big news for the bugs because you can finally get your book and the new model. But other than that, it's whatever.
Yeah, good news for tournament players. And I'm excited I could get the book, play some nids, but yeah, nothing too crazy once again this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's big news, but we haven't gotten there yet. Because the next thing we're gonna talk about is the next book, The Warzone Nachmund. You
Yay.
you ready for this?
I'm
You
ready
ready for the
for it.
DLC book? I think it's gonna
I'm ready to
have
do it.
what? Dark Eldar. Where was the list? Dark Eldar, Knights, Black Legion, and something else.
Since it's because it
Oh,
comes with a codex supplement. Yeah, I wonder which faction is that.
some new Space Marine chapter. That's what it was.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, really? We're gonna put another Space Marine chapter in this book? Kind of weird, but
It's a lore thing though, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be a rules thing, but yeah, there's gonna be another codex supplement, which I mean free is better, but let's be honest, we're in a capitalist society. No,
Castellans
no,
of the Rift. That's
no
the
free
Space Marine
communist
chapter
stuff here. Just kidding. But yeah, it's another book that you're gonna pay for with some extra rules. They probably,
for one army that you want to use it for.
yeah. And
Because
people are into these campaign books. They keep making them. People keep buying them. If people didn't want them, they wouldn't make them. So
well, I
someone
mean,
someone's getting this.
they're good to change things up, but if they're doing the 6 months uh rules update, they're kind of useless.
Are they really? I mean, the other ones aren't useless.
Yeah, but again, these are just you buy it for your one you what 10% of this book you're using maybe if that just for uh a new Space Marine chapter or a new I don't know Jukari raid kind of deal.
Unless unless you're into the campaign stuff,
Right.
It,
If you're
it
into
is
the
there.
campaign stuff, that's fine. It's cool to do like a whole little narrative thing and build up to it. But with the whole waiting 6 months to update rules now that they're doing, do you really need it? Otherwise, it just throws more chaos into the balancing.
Right. Which goes back to I don't think Games Workshop or Warhammer is ever balanced.
Oh, I know
And
the game will never be
and
balanced.
and they don't try to make it that way just because. And it's not even a greed thing. I try to stay away from that argument. It's just the format of print media being so popular with Warhammer fans, and just if you're releasing codexes at a following a marketing cycle instead of a balance cycle, it's gonna take forever. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the thing does, because who knows what's happening with 10th edition if that's ever going to be a thing. I hope not, but you never
eventually,
know.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard. If this was Black Legion, I would pick it up because Black Legion. But if it's not, then yeah, cool.
Yeah, It's Black Legion. It's a new Space Marine chapter called the Castellans of the Rift. Dark Eldar, and I think that's it. Yeah, Chaos Knights, I guess. I don't know if I say Chaos Knights,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's those four factions. So you might have to pick it up, but you'll have to wait and see if it's any
Right.
good.
That's true. Like if it's not fun, then it's probably pointless.
Yeah, I mean I haven't picked up any of the campaign books that for the armies that I play at least,
Right.
which I think the only one was the first one, I think. No, or was it the second one? Whichever one had the Dark Eldar in it. I've never picked that one
Mhm.
up. But yep, here we go. Let's hope it does some good. Let's hope it adds some new, fun, flavorful things, and not either broken or useless stuff. But onto some fun news that I know you're excited about. Because starting today, uh, the Warhammer community site decided to do Heresy Thursdays.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So, the first thing they're showing off is, I guess, the rest of the Space Marine line here.
Yeah, the Mark 6. Hopefully I will get it right consistently and not say Mark 5. The Mark 6 Tactical Squad, the Beakies, the very first Space Marine, classic Space Marine kit, remade in HD.
Yeah, and how you liking it?
I really like it. I am. They did not mention if the box will contain any heavy weapons, which is interesting. I mean, to be fair, the Tactical Squad in 30K has no special weapons or heavy weapons, but the Veteran Tactical Squad does, and the Mark 4 and Mark 3 kits do have special weapons. So I am not quite sure how they're going, why they didn't feature it. Now, it's very possible they just didn't mention it, but they were very specific that, this squad only comes with bolters and the sergeant only has these options. The sergeant can't even get a bolt pistol, which is kind of bizarre.
Hmm.
But
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
the
you have
squad
the
is the
bids.
unit is dope. I love the poses. I'm sure that it's very high quality. They look like they're as tall as Chaos Space Marines, so got that new scale going on, which makes me happy.
That's good. And there's also been a lot of rumors or leaks going on in 30K as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of documents dropping, which has the full rules, and I've skimmed through a lot of them, and the core rules are pretty much mostly the same. Lots of changes to specific Legion rules, but it's the same good old 7th edition people love or hate in my case.
So it's
But
just 7th edition still.
yeah, it's pretty much the same as 7th edition, more or less. It's not exactly the same, but it's not it's you're not seeing a jump to like an 8th edition style rule set that is just completely different. It's just more of the same with 7th ed.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Uh,
never a big fan of 7th, but then again,
yeah, me neither.
I was getting really tired of Warhammer. I guess that's just the side effect of working at a game store.
Totally fair. But
Uh, there's also rumors. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but rumors of plastic dreadnoughts and something else.
yeah, the I think based on the box leak, plastic contemptors confirmed now plastic Leviathan is a rumor, especially since the Leviathan is going last chance to buy on Forge World, which means that's an iconic 30K thing. They're gonna probably have to make a plastic version to replace it. Same with I believe the Spartan, and we know the big box is gonna come with that. And there's one more kit. I forgot what. Oh, the resin rhino, the old school rhino is also last chance to buy. So maybe we'll see a new upscaled rhino. We will see. But yeah, I was looking back to the leaks as well. All the legions are getting warlord traits, which is super cool. They're getting a bunch of special gear. They are removing all the special characters that don't have models, which to me I'm fine with because I prefer the characters with models anyway. So, but that's just me. overall, looking at the rules is making me excited for the game. So I'm hyped, even more so than I already am. Now just trying to decide which Legion to paint. I might have my Blood Angels, but might do Sons of Horus First Company or Night Lords. I don't even know anymore. So many choices.
You got like what, 19 legions to choose from?
18.
18.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, a couple I'll never do. I'll never do Iron Hands. I'll never do Iron. Well, I might do Iron Warriors if someone wants to do a Siege of Terra campaign with the Imperial Fists, but I will never do Iron Hands. I will never do Salamanders. I will never do. I already have Thousand Suns. I would never do Alpha Legion.
What, you don't want to be Alfarius and just
It's because a lot
keep
of
yelling
people
it
in our
out?
meta in the LA meta play Alpha Legion, so I'm like, okay. Same for Iron Warriors too. So not as hyped to play those guys.
You're against the trend.
Yeah,
You're gonna go set your
I like
own
variety.
trend.
I like variety.
All right, then. Well, is there any more 30K news? Because I'm kind of leaving that in your department.
Yeah, that's the big stuff. It's just the leaks are out there. Rules are looking good. These Mark 6 are looking good. Can't wait to see what else they're gonna preview. Hopefully it's every Thursday. That'll be cool. Rules and stuff. So it is hype.
It's just one more thing they could add to their thing. Like New Model Monday. The only problem with 30K is the updates for the game is always so slow.
Yeah, but hopefully now it'll be quick because
Well, I
the game
mean,
coming out soon.
the rumor, or not the rumor, the prediction you had was what, June, right?
Yeah, I think it's a June release.
So I mean, that's like, I'm gonna hear it's like eight more weeks, assuming it
Yeah,
came out on the 2nd. Or well, I mean, uh, the first Sunday of or Saturday of
yeah, that is
June.
soon.
I mean, we've got plenty of stuff to look forward to. I'm sure they're gonna start giving out some rules as well.
Yeah, I feel that they're gonna fill in the Thursdays with that as well. Some more with the rules previews.
All right then. Well, as big as 30K is, it unfortunately got overshadowed by April Fool's joke. So right now I'm showing the video right now of what they showed on April 1st. Skip through this, of course. So what we got out of here is some Imperial fleet destroyed, some ship going towards it, and the last thing we see is a squat. And everyone just assumed April Fools.
Except for John, because John knew that this is too obvious of a bait. They're gonna announce squats because the rumor guy said squats are coming.
Yeah, but in my heart, I was hoping it was fake. I was like, please don't be real. And yeah, and then the next day, they're like, you thought that was April Fool's joke? No. See, this is a real squat. We got a model already made.
Yes, squats are coming back.
And they said it's gonna be a full army,
Yep, not just a kill team. It's a
which
full
I
army.
assume was gonna be a kill team, but full army, which means going back to that rumor engine, well, not rumor engine, what would you call it? Leak?
This is the definition of a schedule leak.
Yeah, going by the schedule leak. That's a better way of saying it. Uh, I guess that means Angron is probably going to be coming this month,
Yep.
year,
Yep.
since World Eaters are rumored to be getting a book.
Yep.
But I feel like Angron would have been mentioned on that list, but maybe it's just to hide the fact that the World Eaters are getting a book.
I think the list mentioned Angron actually. I think now that I'm remembering it. So
I'd have
hopefully,
to look it up, but I don't think
yeah,
it mentioned.
hopefully my memory is correct.
I think it
But
just said World Eaters.
world leaders crossing the fingers.
Yeah, it was like some
Blood
like
for the blood god.
blurb at the bottom. Like right here, I think I just found it. Yeah. I will pull this up on stream here. So going by it, yeah, it just says without a specific date, but in the pipeline, it said squats, world eaters, demons, Asher Militarum.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, hang on.
Yeah. But so far, everything has been right. But, I mean, let's be real here. Squats and world eaters are really the only thing that are kind of out there in terms of something being done with them. Because who would have thought squats would be ever come back with how much GW hates squats?
Right.
And world eaters, well, I mean, that was just inevitable since the Corn Berserkers haven't been updated in so long. But yeah, there we go. So, what's your thoughts on the squat they revealed here?
I mean, okay, surface level, it's really cool. It's always good to see up. I mean, I hate squats, but I also hated orcs 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and with the new models, saved my image of them. And same thing for squats; they look super cool with the new models, so that's great. I am not mad. I think it's a new army, always good. The game need for the game to have more content. Now, competitively, I mean, it's gonna mess with balance probably because new releases always mess with balance. But for me, I guess the biggest negative to this is just the fact that, Imperial Guard and Tyranids still have really old models, and we're getting a new faction. So that's kind of annoying, but honestly, it's not at least Necrons. So if this was announced like 2 years ago, I would be very angry. Before Necrons, Orcs, and Eldar got the revamp. But now that we have the revamp, it's makes more sense that this is coming. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Well, my first impression of it is I'm not really that impressed.
what's up?
I said my first impression, I'm not really that impressed with this model.
Uh-huh.
It it looks pretty generic to me. You could put this next to a Space Marine, and probably the average person wouldn't even really be able to tell the difference. But I guess,
That I disagree. This guy, the fact that the cloth is really prominent in his armor. Um, I do what I agree though that he is on the more generic side, but I think he's still distinct.
yeah, I can live with that. I just think maybe they could have shown off a better looking model. I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't scream Warhammer at all. It's just if someone told me this was from the Warlord sci-fi game from Warlord Games, I'm like, oh, I'll believe you.
Yeah, I would believe you as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, what do you think? Third quarter, fourth quarter for these guys?
Probably like fall or something after 30K.
So fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I think that's what most likely gonna happen. Do you think a kill team's gonna be out first, or you think a
Oh, good question. Very possible. Kind of like a taster having a kill team out first.
yeah, just to see what they could do?
Yeah, that's very possible.
I would agree with you though that even though I said in the past I don't want any more new armies, it's always nice to have. It's always cool to see what they can put into the game.
Yeah, just at least there's other stuff that is already done. Like again, Eldar, core choices, Necrons, Orcs. Yeah, Guard, Demons, that would be great. But
Yeah, well, I mean, the next, I think the next up on the chopping block are basically demons and guard.
yeah, because Nid's already getting a book and not really getting any model revamps. Not that I mean, out of those three, Nids are the least in need of a model revamp, in my opinion. And I play Nids. I think Termagants and Hormagaunts hold up. Now, could they be better? Absolutely. Could you make way better models with the current technology? Oh, absolutely. But is it needed in the way Guard and Demons are? Not really.
I put Chaos Space Marines on the list too, but they're also getting huge updates. So
Yeah, they are as well. Possess getting new models. That's a relief.
they're just getting so much more on the human side than the Space Marine side, but
Yeah.
interesting enough. But that is all the quote unquote news that I have from the community site. There are other things I would like to talk about though. Have you heard about the competitive scene?
What happened? I have a lot of things.
About the clowns?
So the Clown World, Harlequins,
Yeah.
9 Void
Yeah, having a 70 to 75% win rate as an
Yep.
army.
Yep.
That's I think I chose wrong. You know, I focused too much on the craft world. I should have been focusing more on the Harlequins. But yeah, that's it's crazy.
Yeah. Balanced Dale slate coming next week. I'm curious how they're gonna handle that.
Yeah, the emergency update uh happening is quite funny to me.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad they're hot fixing it now and not waiting the 6 months to update it. But whew, how do you how do you think something so broken and got passed so hard like that?
It's weird because I mean I'm a broken record, but I think the idea that Games Workshop makes things OP to sell them is complete bullshit because monoliths and Space Marine gladiator tanks and Far Strider or whatever the hell the guys that you got new model's name is. And Gene Stealer cults and like Thousand Suns and Grey Knights, they didn't peak post 65% win rate and then got nerfed, like many people are saying. But with that said, yeah, it is weird because actually I think Honest Wargamer, another big podcast, they do a lot of stat compilations and they compared tournament wins for factions with AOS and 40k. And AOS, they're pretty tame. Like most factions are between the 45% to 55% win rate. No faction has an over 60% win rate in Age of Sigmar right now. While right now you see Custodes, Tau, and Harlequins breaking the 65, they're breaking 70% win rates. And it's the same company. And I don't know. It's weird. Like, I guess the 40k team just doesn't care, or just is more into the fun stuff and not really into balance, or they just don't see this stuff. I don't know.
Well, it baffles me, right? Because I I was under the impression that like God, I hate to use this word. Pros were working with these people, not people, working with GW, and to helping to balance out the armies and stuff. Am I mistaken, or is that just for missions?
It could be just be for missions. I think Codex is. I mean, I think they see it. Man, I know there's some 40k influencers out there that know what the rules are because they tend to talk about it. But yeah, I don't think they have a big say in how the rules are written in the way that they would be in any other company.
Yeah, I mean it's just a little weird given how recent things have gone. I mean, again, you said it, and I agree with it. Warhammer 40k will never be balanced. It'll never be a balanced game. But
But it is
you,
not deliberately unbalanced. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, I can't. I don't know how stuff like this gets through. I mean, the Tau was as someone who's fought against Tau, two different versions of Tau. Yeah, Tau are like monsters, which they should be because all they have is shooting, but they're quite unreasonable monsters in the shooting, in my opinion. And then you got Harlequins, who the only reason they don't have 100% win rate is because they fight other Harlequin players. So
Right, which
they
is funny.
obviously they wound themselves, but I'm pretty sure unless you have someone who doesn't know what they're doing, play the Harlequins, I'm pretty sure they have like 100% win rate. give it into the person who's knows what they're doing. Obviously, bad role comes into play as well, but yeah, I don't know how this made it through, and it's kind of bad. So
I mean,
I'm glad it's getting nerfed.
I kind of feel that the the people who balance the game and make the game aren't just don't have the same mindset as a lot of the competitive players do. You know, if something's OP, like Games Workshop has on record said that if something's too OP, just don't take it because it's not fun. That doesn't work for balance. You know, people will take the OP thing. And you know,
Well,
there's the famous Iron Hand story at LVO, or was it Adepticon 2018 or something, or 2019, where one of the developers was like, "I don't know they could do that." It's like, yeah, it was the guy who like wrote the book or something. It's like, yes, they could do that, sir. They're very strong.
yeah, I don't remember that. It was, was it? I think it was 2019. I want to. No,
Yeah, that sounds about
no.
right.
Yeah, 2019, right? When Iron Hands was going all crazy because they just got their book and everything.
Yeah, I think that was like 2018, 2019, something
But
like that.
yeah, my theory is okay. If the pro players were not involved with help balancing it, I'm just gonna assume GW thought Harlequins was an underrated faction to begin with, and now that they got consolidated into the Eldari book, they're like, yeah, we'll just make them a little strong because no one's gonna run like a full army of these. And
Right,
then, you know,
right, right. I agree.
you know, people did
Because why not? Because
because
all you'll win.
when you have a competitive game, people are going to break the rules competitive or not break the rules, break the game competitively.
It does make me wonder if 30K will become a competitive game, or if the because the 30K community is very resistant to competitiveness. Um, so I do wonder how that's gonna if that will change or stay the same, or how that's gonna be like moving forward.
Well, I mean, you would know more because I don't dabble into 30K. But does it have a competitive scene at all besides just
No,
narrative battles?
if it does, it's not very publicized because it's demonized online. Like if you say I play competitive 30K, people just like poop on you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and call you names and stuff. Euphemisms aside, but yeah, it is not e- competitive 30K is just not welcome.
No, then I don't think you have really much to worry about.
But the game is getting really popular, right? So it's very possible that with the new influx of players that you're going to see a more competitive community pop up, and competitive gaming is just way more popular in terms of the social media presence.
Right.
So we'll see where that goes. I mean personally, if 30K gets competitive, all right, it gets competitive. I'll build my competitive Blood Angel list, whatever. I'm a Mechanicum, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, only time will tell, right? Because is 30K going to be a GW product now, or is that still going to be Forge World thing?
Think it will be GW. If it's getting this giant box set, it's going to be GW.
Because I assume that's where the competitiveness is going to lie. Being, how Forge World is super expensive. So, not a lot of people jump into it.
Right.
But yeah, well, I know next week we'll cover the emergency changes that they're going to do to Harlequins, and we'll see how bad they really are.
Yeah, we'll see how that pops up.
I'm expecting point increases and restrictions, kind of like what happened with the orc buggies. I'm gonna expect some restrictions on the Harlequin detachments or and the Harlequin army altogether. But that's literally all I have on 40K now. So I mean, do you have anything else?
That's pretty much it on 40K.
Got any other news topics?
Star Wars Legion, the Mercenaries faction, is now up for pre-order with a June release date. What the hell? I mean,
Oh,
I get it. Like, I'm so used to Games Workshop. If I pay money, I expect the thing to be out in a week or two at most, you know. And then it's like, oh yeah, you want to pre-order the Shadow Collective, which I probably will because I like the variety in minis, and I had Bane is there and all that. They're cool, but my gosh, I'm not getting the product until June, assuming it doesn't get delayed. like like for real. Again,
Uh,
I'm at this point, I'm just being picky, but yeah,
well, it gets to compete with good old 30K if it does come out in June.
it does. You are right. So you're very right, sir.
So it might get delayed. Who knows?
If it's limited, I think I'll pick it up. I mean, it's the models are cool. I'm warming up to the Mandalorian Commandos. We watched that in the or not watch.
We looked at it, yeah.
We looked at it.
The
Excuse me. Yeah, there we go.
Maldalorians, right?
Yeah, the Maldalorians, the Pikes, and the those other dudes from the EU that I don't care about, but are still cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, and I'll probably grab it. But why? It's like waiting so long. I'm so. I guess Yoda just jaded me. Yoda's still on my desk. He's like, I'm staring at him right here. It's not painted yet. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, one day he'll be painted.
One day he will absolutely be painted, but not today. Because fun fact, Star Wars Legion, a game with four factions, right? Four factions should be balanced. Adepticon, top 8, no Republic. Sad face.
Really?
Yeah, no clones.
I thought Yoda was supposed to change the tide. And
I know. You know what it is? It's because Yoda is the only real way clones can compete right now, so it's easy to just counter Yoda.
true. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So that was just whatever.
So was it like the other three factions in the top eight, or was it?
Yeah, it was the end. Sorry, Empire, Rebels, and Droids. They were like 4-4-4 or sorry, not like or like 2-3-2 or something. It was pretty even split between the factions.
Okay.
And yeah, Republic's like just kidding.
They didn't get invited. That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything.
No one wants the bad guys to join the game. Come on.
No one wants the bad guys.
That's
But yeah,
cool.
so just my tongue in cheek complaining there, not complaining, but commenting.
Well, hey, it's good to see that the big release is coming out. It's just poor timing, in my opinion.
Yeah, or heresy.
But well, hobby wise, and game wise, this week I had already played my 40K game. Supposed to do an escalation game this week, but half the people didn't show up, so we're
I was
just
super
like,
sick. That was my excuse. Actually, was in bed the whole day, wishing I was playing Warhammer.
yeah. So we're just like, you know what? Let's just do a 2v2 game because it'll be more fun, and the secondaries will have more impact in a 1,500 point game than a 750 point game. So we did a little 2v2. It was Sisters and Eldar versus Orcs and Necrons.
Oh, how'd that go?
Well, I'm gonna say that I was pretty much obliterated. Turn two. The only models I had left was a Farseer on a jet bike and a Wave Serpent.
Oof.
And man, that was just, I don't know what is wrong with me. When I play my Thousand Suns, I'm like making my armor saves, no problem. Everything's fine. It's great. When I play my Eldar, I cannot make a single save to save my life. I'm getting hit with like AP 0 weapons on my Scorpions, can't make a save. AP 1, can't make a save. I'm like, oh my god.
That is unfortunate.
It's so devastating. Because I'm playing such an elite army where I'm running a bunch of aspect warriors. It's like watching my dreams crumble right before my eyes. But yeah, so I was pretty much I pretty much only had two models, so I was just like, Luckily, I had gave my Wave Serpent Bright Lances, so and the Orcs with Speed Freaks, so at least I could take out a vehicle a turn.
Okay, okay.
But that was pretty much all I was doing. I did my Banshees ran out. They killed one 10-man Necron warrior squad, and then the next turn, they all got obliterated.
Rip.
It's just like, well, this is fun. But the Eldar and Sisters came out on top, just because we were able to deny them their secondaries most of the time. But at the end, it was just like my Farseer Wave Serpent is all I had left, and the Sisters player only had. See, I'm bad with the Sisters' names because I don't know them well enough. The ones with the heavy weapons.
Oh,
And,
I know what you're talking about. The name eludes me.
yeah, and then just a normal squad of Sisters, and that was in a Sister Superior. That's all. So five units total was on our side, and they had a 13-man Necron warrior squad, one of the Orc. It's not an artillery, but a heavy weapon platform, which he didn't know was not indirect fire, so it kind of just sat there doing nothing the entire game. And he had one other truck left that I couldn't kill, but yeah, it was a bloody game.
That does sound like a buddy game.
I'm more than 3 units died a turn, so on each player turn, more than 3 units died, so it was pretty bad. But yeah, we did that. It was fun. I don't know what we're gonna do next week. I haven't really decided. I don't know. I know my group, or I should say our group, is well, Raul. Raul's really excited to do some Necromunda. So I don't know if we're gonna do that next week or not. I gotta, talk to everyone, see what's up. But that might be possible next week, but we'll see.
Sounds fun.
So that means I gotta start painting up my Redemptionist. I got them all primed now, and now it's just doing the next part and painting them up so they look nice on the board with everyone else's painted models.
There you go.
Well, what about you? I know you've been super busy with life.
Yeah, this week was pretty busy. What's it called? Did get some warm shit on the weekend. Got 2 games and that was super fun. First game was a draw. I just crucial last the game was mine to win the last turn, and then I just flubbed some really important dice rolls. So gonna get that single objective point to push me over the edge. But still a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, Will tried to assassinate me and failed barely, and then I just killed him back. So still, very close games, very close games, very fun. It's small points. We're playing a 25-point format, and but I still really like it. It's great. I'm looking forward to playing more. Probably gonna play more this weekend. But yeah,
Yep. Well, I'm still waiting on my Sorsha in Man of War armor, but
there you go.
My forces are ready,
Yeah,
all nice and painted in their little cookie tin that I leave them in.
I'm still paying my guys.
They haven't seen the light of day for 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, so
But models don't go bad, so
sure they just get dusty
yes,
unless you
get
have them
dusty.
in a good sealed container. But that's really cool. It's nice. I've got nothing else to add. I think I'm ready to close out here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, well, thanks for everyone for sticking to the end. I know this episode came out really late, but that's what happens when life gets in the way. Got to put projects on hold. But again, if you could like it, share it, get us out there, that'd be much appreciated. and we'll catch you all next time.
Later, everyone.